Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and today's going to be a quick video, but the Washington Commanders just waived defensive back Will Adams and kicker Brian Johnson, so I'll quickly talk about that and why I think it means they might sign a couple more players. So if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe for Washington and NFL content on the road to 8,000 subscribers, so please help me get there. Also hit that like button and turn on those notifications so you never miss a video. Now, let's get right into the video. So earlier today, the Commanders announced that they waived defensive back Will Adams and kicker Brian Johnson. Not a big deal at all. I mean, Brian Johnson was the second kicker on the team behind kicker Joey Sly, and Will Adams was a undrafted free agent, so not a surprise at all. A lot of people, though, really liked Will Adams, and I liked his story for sure, and I thought he would have a chance to make the practice squad, but I feel like a lot of people got hyped up about him after they saw the contract, and, you know, they made it look big by saying 3-year, $2.5 million contract, but it's basically a base undrafted free agent deal. So most of the undrafted free agents get about this deal. Some of them, like the main guys, like maybe someone like Carson Strong, guys like that were expected to be drafted earlier, they got a little bit bigger deals with some more signing bonuses, but almost none of that money was guaranteed in this deal, and it's basically a base deal. But it made a lot of people like look at that and say, wow, 3-year, $2.5 million for an undrafted free agent, that's a lot, but that's likely like him being on the actual 53-man roster for all 3 years, and then he gets that money. So, unfortunate, because he had a very good story. He's also he had some, good traits. Like, he had over a 40-inch vertical. I think it was a 41-inch vertical. Had a good 40-yard dash time as well. I can't remember what it was, but I think it was in the 4.4s. Not completely sure. And had some good stats at his HBCU. But, it's not something that's, crazy shocking that he got, released out or waived. I was thinking he would have a chance to make the practice squad. I think a lot of these undrafted free agents do. But they signed a lot of undrafted free agents this year, so it's going to be harder than normal for these guys to make the roster, or to make the practice squad and even make the actual roster. I don't think maybe a couple undrafted free agents for the Washington Commanders this year will make the 53-man roster. Like, I think the tight ends, Armani Rogers and I think Curtis Hodges, like one of those guys could make the team as the last tight end if Logan Thomas starts the year on IR or PUP, which is a realistic possibility, especially for IR. And if that happens, I think, one of those two, or maybe AGG, could make the roster, Sammis Reyes, as that last tight end, and then maybe a receiver or another position, linebacker definitely could make it on the roster as an undrafted free agent. So I could see 2, maybe even 3 undrafted free agents making the roster, and a lot of them making the practice squad. Unfortunately, though, Will Adams likely will not be one of those guys unless they, sign him later in the offseason to, just sign him again, because they've done this in the past, like with Kelvin Harmon. He's been released a couple times and back onto the team a couple of times. Same thing with AGG, so he could be back, who knows, but, a little bit unfortunate there. And then Brian Johnson, he had that really nice kick against the Raiders, won us a game, but it just made no sense, in my opinion, to keep 2 kickers on the roster. And I think they're doing this for a reason. There's no reason, right before minicamp, to waive 2 guys if you're not going to make a move after that. Because why get rid of 2 guys if you could, just see what they do for those 3 minicamp sessions, and then you can release whoever you want after those, sessions. But I think they're doing this right before minicamp, and maybe they'll add some guys to their team, because they were at the limit. I believe they were at the 90-man roster limit. So getting those 2 guys, releasing those 2 guys will allow them to sign someone else, and maybe, hopefully, they finally will sign a linebacker, because they still desperately need another linebacker on the team. And I love Alexander Johnson. I think he would be a great signing. Dante Hightower wouldn't be bad. Quan Alexander wouldn't be a bad option. Joe Schobert wouldn't be a bad option. But at this point, I'll be ecstatic if they even sign AJ Klein, who, yes, he's not a beast, but he's been a very good backup and a solid starter for the last few years for the Bills. And he would be a significant upgrade over David Mayo, and I think that he could I mean, yeah, he's just much better than what we have right now and would probably be one of our starters, or, anytime we have 3 linebackers on the field, he would be on the field. So, hopefully they're able to sign a linebacker. Also would not be surprised with someone like a defensive tackle like Starlu Taleli, something like that. But I do think someone's going to be signed in the next few days before mini camp is over. So we'll see who they end up signing. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And yeah, sucks for Will Adams and Brian Johnson, but we'll see what they do with those 2 open roster spots. Peace, guys.